Hi, I am Siddharth, and let's have an insight on empirical process control. So, the Scrum framework delivers products based upon the empirical process control rather than upfront project planning. So, the Scrum framework is very adaptable based upon the fact that a very little upfront planning is done and the focus is on observing and doing. So complex problems behave unpredictably. Most of our projects are complex in nature. So not only these problems are unpredictable, but it is also impossible to predict that these problems are unpredictable. So when we are trying to build something that requires a high degree of precision, which is more than the average, we'll have to guide the process step by step, ensuring that the process converges on an acceptable degree of precision. So we have to make adaptations to bring the process back to the acceptable range. So creating a process that produces acceptable quality and consistently is called defined process control. So when defined process control cannot be achieved because of the nature and complexity of the project, empirical process control needs to be employed. So let's look at empiricism more in detail. So let's look at the three pillars of empiricism, which are transparency, inspection and adaptation. So what does empiricism asserts? It asserts that knowledge is gained through experience and taking decisions based upon what is observed or learned. So empiricism means we work based upon the facts, experiences, evidences. In empirical process, the progress is based upon the observations of reality. So empirical process helps in controlling complex processes and problems. In other words, succeeding through a rapid progression of failures. It's continuous failures driven by hindsight, not by foresight. So what is transparency? So transparency means the process that affects the outcome should be visible to those controlling the process. So everything on a Scrum project is visible to all who have stake in the outcome. Meaning, Scrum activities are very transparent in that the process and work should be always visible to all the team which is performing the work as well as to all the stakeholders who are being delivered. So in order to Scrum to work more and more effectively, everybody on the team needs to be willing to let other people know what they are working on at all the stages of the project. So team members are made aware of the project vision, the product backlog, release plans, your progress status reports, the burn up and the burn down charts. So in organizations where transparency is valued, information is shared freely, and even at low level, employees can influence the management decisions. So as a result of transparency, potential problems or opportunities are brought to surface much early, which result in less time and money being spent on identifying the actual risks. So what does transparency help? It also helps in reducing the risk. So risks are always detected and addressed as early as possible. So this leads to better risk management and helps in proper mitigation. So the Scrum team requires complete transparency. So the teams have to synchronize on a daily basis with regard to the work that is being done. Else, it might result in the team making incorrect assumptions about the completeness and the adequacy of the work. Now there is an old saying, sunlight is the best disinfectant. So this is a good advice to the project teams. So the best way the user can judge the software is to put the working software right in the hands of the users as early as possible and as frequently as possible. So now this is something which is called as visibility, and which is nothing but transparency. So many important decisions are made based upon the artifacts or the reports that are being produced by the teams. So the artifacts with less transparency leads to decrease in the value and potentially increases the risk. Let's look at the next pillar, which is the inspection. So Scrum artifacts and progress towards the agreed goals must be inspected frequently and diligently. So this helps in detecting the potential variances or issues. So inspection is the process of reviewing the work on regular basis to ensure that the progress is being made as per the agreed goals and objectives. So when others on the team inspect what everyone else is doing, they have a common understanding of the project goals and how they plan to meet or achieve these goals. So inspection enables adaptation. Inspection without adaptation does not add any value. So inspection is performed to validate the product at the end of each sprint. Inspection is the way to verify the quality and provide the customer an opportunity to inspect the product for acceptance. Adaptation. Now this adaptation is the flexibility based upon the needs of the project. So the deviations outside the acceptable limits or unacceptable deliverables should be analyzed, and the processes and materials being used should be revisited and adjusted. So these adjustments should be made at the earliest, and for this to be done, effective teams should be empowered and self-managing. For example, when a team member is describing his work for the day, so there might be a suggestion from another team member which might improve the way he is working. On the other hand, he might also discover if he is entirely working on a wrong task or in the wrong direction. Now this will help him in changing his plans for the upcoming work or for the next day. So constant inspection and adaptation are necessary for successful development. So sprint retrospection is one good opportunity for such inspection and adaptation. So looking at the areas that need to be enhanced results in tailoring, which is considered to be a form of adaptation. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was very helpful to you. So please keep watching for more interesting concepts on Scrum and Agile. Till then, goodbye.